Welcome back to another version of the Peppering Podcast. We're going to be talking achievements, particularly golden achievements. If only we were allowed to play music. Oh, I know exactly what you were thinking! Plus it's Brill Wars this weekend! They are, not only are they performing, they are also nominated! Come on, girls. I actually am going to watch the ceremony. I don't normally bother the Brits because the Brits is just so long. It's just constant adverts and performances. I am technically going to watch for Huntrix. So I'm going to be watching the Brits on Saturday. First time I did it in quite a while. I can't remember the last time. Do you remember the last time I watched the Brits? No. You have watched it at least once before, but I can't remember. It must have been years ago. There you go. But I'm definitely going to watch it this Saturday, because obviously, you know... Yeah. Yeah, but I know what you're thinking. Because when I did the Instagram post about the Triple Gold Club, I put the song Golden on. Because you can add music to posts. So I did that, so that was quite a lot of fun. But yeah, I know. We technically, us three right now should be going full-blown Huntrix and singing Golden, but of course we can't because you're not allowed to play music on podcast. You're not allowed to do it. I know. Damn! Can we not even get away with doing the a cappella version? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about the Triple Gold Club. Now, the Triple Gold Club is a unique club in the world of hockey, and it's basically where a player wins Olympic gold, World Championship gold, and then the biggest prize on offer in your respective league. So the PHL, that is the World Cup. And of course, obviously, we just recently had the first ever Olympic tournament with PHL participation in those games. Okay, we are going to do an episode where we talk about all the wonderful stuff the PHL's done. All the honours and all that, and medalists. We'll go down at another time. That'll be for the Olympic hockey show. What we're going on in this episode today is just focus on the Triple Gold Club. So I thought, not many people are going to know what that is, so I thought I may as well do an episode on that, especially, of course, there could be some more that might sneak in, depending on who gets to win the World Cup in May. So, because obviously there's a possibility now that list could expand if somebody other than us was to win the World Cup, which could happen. It could happen. I'm so prepared to be dethroned. Okay, if it happens, it happens. All right. Yeah. I think some fair Frost fans might not agree with you there, George, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna happen eventually, guys. It will happen at some point, and I'm just saying, mentally, I'm ready for it. Yeah, I'm prepared if that happens. Yeah. So. Do you want to talk about the three newbies, and then we'll go through the others? Yeah. So, shall I? Go plug! Okay, so, Grace Sunwinkle, Tara Heisey, and Britta Kerslemy all joined the Triple Gold Club this year on the back of that gold medal in Milano. Yeah. Those three had already got World Championship gold and World Cup gold, of course. Yeah. Obviously, the Olympics was missing from that. Obviously, for these three, it was their first time in the Olympics, so great work. Already there, just get up, just brilliant. But yeah, they are the three recent additions, and everyone else has already got it based on the previous two championships. Yeah, and we should point out there is one Canadian in there, and there is a Golden Eyes player in there, because as you guys know, Claire Thompson was originally with Minnesota, and then was taken by Vancouver in the exclusive summer window. She was the first to go. Yeah. She was the first person to go in the exclusive summer window by Vancouver. Then literally, not long after that, Sophie Jakes went in one fell swoop. She was like, ah! And then our full protection got activated, which we then wasted on Britta. Anyway, Yeah. So I mean, I think you're gonna see a lot with expansion. You know, especially if we get more expansion teams this year. I would not be surprised if more Triple Gold Club players then get taken over to other teams. Yeah, because of but yeah. So that's it. So Vancouver fans, you're thinking, oh, me. No. You have a Triple Gold Club player on your team. You've not won the World Cup yet. Okay, so they technically could still do it. Vancouver is only really 5 points out. That's 2 regulation wins. You're back in the conversation. Yeah, but it would depend on what happens with the other teams. The problem exactly. But still, so while I think we went to the first half, we were kind of thinking maybe Vancouver, you know, if we need top 5, maybe it's now a competition top 6. So you saying going into the second half, just Seattle and Toronto kind of feel like non-contenders? Yeah. Tito is definitely non-contender, especially with Troy Ryan coming back from Milano with his tail between his legs. Oh dear. Oh god. Right, okay, so stop it. Right, we'll go through the rest of the Triple Gold Club members. So they are Kyle Schofield from Your Mayor Sarah Frost, Kenny Panic from Your Mayor Sarah Frost, Lee Steckline from Your Mayor Sarah Frost, Nicole Hensley from Your Mayor Sarah Frost, Maddie Rooney from Your Mayor Sarah Frost. Then we have Claire Thompson from the Bank of the Golden Eyes, but achieved it with Your Mayor Sarah Frost. And then the 3 newbies, of course, are Brea Carsley for Your Mayor Sarah Frost, Tara Heisey for Your Mayor Sarah Frost, and Grace Stonwinkle for Your Mayor Sarah Frost. Now, there's also a key milestone we haven't mentioned, which we're going to do now. That's the double Triple Gold. 3 players, Taylor Coyne Schofield, Kenny Panic, and Lee Steckline, which, of course, was our initial free agency signings back in 2023. They all hold the rare double Triple Gold distinction, which is having won at least 2 titles in each of the 3 major categories. So do you reckon if we 3 people? No. Has to be all 3. So if we were to 3P, it would help them, but no, they would then have to then go win another Olympic and another World to then count. Okay, yeah. There you go. Yeah, no. Well, they've been in the game for long enough now to have got those teams, but yeah, just brilliant that is. Yeah. So that's every day school day, boys and girls. Yep. Every day school day. Yeah. Not surprised that obviously it's dominated by Minnesota, because obviously right now we are the only team to have, you know, won the World Cup. I mean, I'd love more teams to have that moment in the sun. I'm really looking forward to seeing what other teams do with the World Cup. Because obviously you've seen what we've done over the last 2 seasons, both as PH on Minnesota and then obviously as last year's Minnesota Frost. It's really interesting to see what the other teams will do when they become World Cup champions. So while obviously, you know, on the one hand, yes, I should be really happy, excited, you know, and proud that I'm the reigning champion. But at the same time, I do really want to see how the other teams would cope, you know, with the World Cup. And plus, of course, we would cover it as well for the show. So yeah, so it's gonna be yeah. So obviously, it's not surprising that there's a lot of Minnesota representation on that. And the Golden Eyes just strike lucky because obviously, you know, they got a player in the expansion process who happens to be in this club. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Now there are potential expansion on the outlook for 2026. So as we all know, the membership list is expected to grow when the 2026 World Cup is awarded in the spring. Yeah. Now, if we were to 3P, okay, so if Minnesota Frost wins again, the list will likely remain at 9 members. Because all the players that went to this year are already in the club. Yeah, so probably won't make changes. Okay. However, that if a different team wins, between 2 and 6 additional players could join the club, depending on which team captures the title. So these are the eligible candidates. Okay, let's go for it. Let's go for it now. So the potential candidates who could join the club are Harry Knight, if Seattle wins. That is so rude. What? That is so rude! That's basically implies Seattle, you're not winning this year. What about what? 8 points back? They're on right, somebody do the maths, I can't do it. They're on 6, right, so I recall this, they're on 16 points. York the 4 spot's 24. It'd be a massive stretch, but it's not really out of the regions yet. But if I was the Torrid, I would look at the second half thinking, try and position yourself to get a good position in the draft order. Especially how high and talented that draft class is going to be. Yeah. So, here tonight is the Torrid wins. Captain Clutch, Reefy Plen from the Montreal Victoire wins. Again, that's rude. That's very rude. They are in the playoff spot. Yeah, but we all know what happens when the Montreal Victoire get to playoffs. They crash and burn. They crash. You can't deny it. They crash and burn. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Ottawa fans basically chanted, "You chose us" when they won the series. Okay, that's fair. Yes, they didn't take it graciously as we did in 2024 when we beat Toronto, who did, of course, pick us to be their opponents. But yeah, but you know how more passionate Ottawa fans are, alright? They'll go at anything. Yeah, they all thought that they were going to win the World Cup literally with about 3 minutes to go in Game 2. Yeah, what happened there? Yeah, what happened there? We know what Ottawa fans are like. Plus, if she's still dealing with that injury, that could really knock her back as well. Which I've said plenty of times. I am really concerned about that. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on that when we come back into the season. So lucky for us, our first go back against Montreal, so we've got to clearly see if she's struggling with it. We'll see. Other potential candidates are Nasty Spooner if the Toronto Scepters win. Oh, radio silence. The enemy of podcasts. Well, we all know T.O.'s not winning. T.O. is not winning. No way is T.O. winning the World Cup this year. They're not even going to make it. No. Goal plan. Yeah, goal plan. Goal plan. I think it's realistically Scepters goal plan. And they get KK. You've locked that in since we come back from Milano. How can you deny it? She was the MVP of the Olympics. She did so well. So you're locking that in. You're locking that in. We haven't even got to the playoffs yet. We don't even know who's declared themselves yet. And already you've locked in who you think is going to be taken first overall by this year's Gold Plum winners. You're locking that in. You're locking that in. Did you learn nothing when I tried to make a prediction of that last year? Have you learnt nothing? Well, in your defence, none of us thought that I was doing the route they did to get Casey O'Brien. Yeah. But I'm confident. How confident? Percentage now. Percentage. How confident are you KK's going to take a first overall? 100. Okay, clip that, boys and girls, and we'll come back in June. We'll come back in June when we do the recap for the draft. Wait, do you guys come up with those or just me? No, it's all for it. God, so many happening. I keep forgetting what we do for each of the first points of the season. No, we do come on for the draft. Okay, right. You do the draft announcement on your own, but we. Oh, I did use detailed application. Yeah. There's one more. There's one more. Brianne Jenner of the auto charge. Oh, there's a little pause. That could actually happen, actually. Oh, you're back now, are you? Because remember, you're the one in the off-season who was not confident about Ottawa's potential chances to get back to the finals. Now, I say it before, I'll say it again. They got gouged in free agency by Vancouver. Yeah, a lot of their players they had last season got gouged in free agency. They all went elsewhere. A lot of them to Vancouver and also Seattle. Because didn't Sadakny get taken? Yeah. Wasn't that in the draft? No, that was the exclusive sign window. Ah! There you go! See, so much has happened! It's hard to keep track! But anyway, so you're now back on. I think the trade that was made, while that was technically supposed to benefit Vancouver, it's really actually benefited Ottawa. So, I'm really happy that trade will be a big difference. Yeah. And obviously they keep referencing every time Brad Jenner scores, they keep referencing that statistic. Obviously got dropped and just banned. What is it now? Is it now 18? 18 and 1, is it? Or is it, no, 18, 19 times they've won when she scored in the game? Please don't do it when I'm Minnesota. Please don't do it when I'm Minnesota. Start praising the gods now. Start praising the gods now. We've got about 2 weeks to go. Less than 2 weeks to go. Start praising the gods now. Yeah, I actually could see it. I do think, okay, yes, they had a very bad start to the season, but they've managed to put themselves back. I mean, they're only about 2 points out, is it? Yeah. They're only about 2 points out of the playoff picture, so they could easily make up lost ground there. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ottawa does get back into playoffs, they then go on another run like we saw last year. I would not be surprised if that was to happen again. I just wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And in fact, I would welcome it. Because I think, they got so close last year. We keep saying how we recognise that cup easy could have been Ottawa's. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ottawa does, but I don't know, would be quite peaceful as well. So what you're saying is if the charge, so if it was not us in the finals, you'd back the charge. Yeah. I think that team has built themselves into a position where they can easily contend for a playoff spot. And when they do get playoffs, they actually can do quite well. So I do think if there's a team right now that would like us to see win, it's not us. It would be Ottawa. But my head's thinking Boston's the likely candidate right now who could win, because who's going to give us a stop at Franco in a playoff series? Only one team's done that, it was us in the normal season. So, no. So there's a possibility there that the list could potentially, the club could basically grow, when more teams win the World Cup, as we'll see go forth. So I think that's pretty much it really. I mean, we just wanted to mention that because obviously, it was posted, after TSA's win about, the distance of Winkle, Icy and Lemmy. So we thought, let's just also do an episode on that, because a lot of people might not be aware of what the Triple Gold Club is. It's not exclusive to women's hockey. It's pretty much in all sports, both men's and women's. The NHL doesn't really talk about it, do they? No. The NHL doesn't really talk about it, and yet there's probably plenty of NHL players who've been up probably on the men's hockey Triple Gold Club. Yeah, which we would. But we've already mentioned that because obviously I think we did hear about it get mentioned at some point last season, but it was like a flash statistic got brought up and then went off again. Yeah, it wasn't really much about it. But obviously, the Olympics, now going to be featuring PHL representation more frequently. You kind of need to get familiar with this Triple Gold Club because you might see more players in the years to come. Yeah, enter it, especially if we get more World Cup Champions awarded as well. Yeah, so yeah. Honestly, it's no surprise that right now it's dominated by Minnesota, because obviously Minnesota is the only team to have won the World Cup as it stands right now. Obviously, I'm really looking forward to see how the other teams will handle win the World Cup. But it's been great to have those first 2 championships under our belt. Yeah, and as I say, we've already got that. We don't have to worry about getting another one. I mean, another one would be nice, but I'm not going to be too disappointed if we don't. Yeah. But, yeah, so... Yeah. Anything more thoughts you've got about the club before we just basically go? It's nice actually that there is actually something for another team in there, even if it is by default. There again, Vancouver on paper should be a team that actually should walk away with it. But there again, obviously, in the first half, yeah. I mean, both expansion teams probably have not had the first half they were hoping for. But the Golden Knights could turn around. I mean, they do start the second half of the season with a 5-game homestand, which will of course include our first trip to the Coliseum on the 21st, literally the day after we're back in the UK. It's no rest the wicked. We're straight back into it with the Coco and the all night, the all nighters, the late nighters, the wax. Yeah, so who knows? The Golden Knights could maybe put themselves back in position. Who knows? And maybe get some players in that club. You know, so we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So there you go. So now you've got an idea of what the Triple Gold Club is like, and I think what we'll do is every now and then it gets updated. We'll just add in who got added into the club and talk about how they did in that season. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. We'll see you in the next one, guys. But until then, take care and don't forget to build the breeze.